Why does bread cost more today than it did last year? Why does the currency keep losing value? Why do some people lose their job when government makes one decision in a room far away from you? These are not random events, neither are they bad lucks. They are the economy working exactly the way it was designed to work. And if you don't understand it, it will keep happening to you without you ever knowing why. Today on Behind the Numbers, we are talking about the economy, what it is, how it works, and why it affects every single part of your daily life, whether you are paying attention or not. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Numbers, the channel where we go beyond the headlines to uncover how money, business, wealth really works. I am Mel and let's get into it. So let's just start with the simplest possible explanation. What's an economy? So an economy is just a system through which a country produces, distributes, and consumes goods and services. That is it. So every time somebody buys something, sells something, builds something or provides a service, that activity is part of the economy. The farmer who grows food in the countryside is part of the economy. The woman who sells breakfast on your street corner is part of the economy. The bank processing your transfer is part of the economy. You buying data on your phone right now is part of the economy. Every single transaction, no matter how small, is a thread in this big web we call the economy. And when the web is healthy, everything flows. Job exists, prices are stable, businesses grow. When it's sick, everything suffers. Prices rise, job disappears, businesses close, and families struggle. Now, here is something most people don't really realize. The economy is not just one thing. It is made up of different sectors all working together. We have the agricultural sector, fishing, farming, livestock. There's also the industrial sector, where we have manufacturing, construction, production. There's also the service sector, banking, healthcare, education, technology. And many developing economies around the world are heavily dependent on one resources, which could be oil or minerals or agriculture. And that dependency creates vulnerability. So when a global prices for one resources fall, the entire country feels it immediately. The currency weakens, government spending drops, inflation rises, and everyday people feel the pain at the markets, at the fuel station, and in their bank accounts. So understanding this connection between global commodity prices and your daily life is one of the most important things any citizen of any country can know. So, let me ask you a question. Who do you think controls the economy? This is where it gets really interesting. So, several key players shape how an economy behaves. First, we have the government, and the government does this through fiscal policy. So, fiscal policy is when the government decides how much money to spend and how much tax to collect. So, when the government spends more money, it's pump cash into the economy and things move. But when it cuts spending, everything slows down. So, the second thing, or the second key player, is the central bank. And the central bank does this through the monetary policy. So this monetary policy is when the central bank controls interest rates and how much money is in circulation. So when the central bank raises interest rates, borrowing becomes expensive and people spend less, which makes inflation slows down. But when it lowers interest rates, borrowing becomes cheaper and people spend more and the economy heats up. So the third one is businesses. So when companies create jobs, produces goods and drive goods, when businesses are confident, they invest, they expand and also employ people. But when they are scared, they tend to cut costs and lay people off. And the last key player is you. Yes, you watching this video, yes. So every purchase that you make, every dollar, every pound or naira that you spend or save is also part of the economy. So in a nutshell, ordinary people actually promote her or have a bigger in economy activities. Now let's talk about the economic concepts that affect your life directly every single day. The first one is GDP, and GDP simply means gross domestic product. So this GDP is a total value of everything a country produces in a year. That's when you hear people say a country economy grew by 3%. What they mean is that the total value of goods and services produced increased by 3%. So GDP growth means there's more job, more income, more opportunity. And the opposite of GDP is recession. And it also means pain for ordinary people. Unemployment is another thing. Unemployment is also another pain for ordinary people. So when businesses struggle, they stop hiring and start laying people off. High unemployment means more people, competing for fewer jobs, and wages continue to stay low and poverty rises. Then the next concept is exchange rate. So this one hits people in developing countries particularly really hard, because the value of a local currency against stronger currencies like the dollar determine how much imported goods cost, how much your savings are worth, and how much it is to run a business that needs foreign equipment or materials. So when your currency falls, everything that you import becomes really more expensive. We're talking like we have things like phone, like fuel, medicine and food. And then so this cost gets passed directly to you. So this is one thing I want you to take away from this video. The economy is not just something that happens to other people. It is not just something that affects only politicians or bankers or business owner. It's life in your pockets, on your plate and even in your future. So every time you wonder why your salary is not like stretching as far as it used to, that is also the economy speaking. So every time you wonder why that business idea that you had is struggling to get off the ground, that also is also part of the economy. So every time you wonder why your parents worked hard their whole life and still couldn't build real wealth, that's the economy. So understanding it doesn't just make you smarter, it makes you more strategic. It helps you make better decisions about when to save, when to invest, when to start a business, and when to protect what you already have. So the people who understand how the economy works don't just survive it, they position themselves to benefit from it, even when times are hard. So guys, in the next video, we will be going even deeper and we'll be talking about inflation, talking about what it is, why it happens, and how it, quietly steals from you every single day without even noticing it. So guys, if this video opened your eyes to something you don't know or half, please like, subscribe and share to somebody who might actually really do need it, because always remember that the numbers don't lie, but they do hide. I will see you in the next one.